to Studio 501c3. I'm your host, Kim Jones, Executive Director of the Nonprofit Village. Our show features nonprofit organizations that are designated as a 501c3 by the IRS because they provide a public benefit. In many cases, your donations to them are tax deductible. Nonprofit Village and Montgomery Community Media are partners on this show. We're proud to collaborate in featuring our county's excellent nonprofit programs and services. Today, we have the pleasure of talking to Michael Feinstein, the CEO of the Bender JCC. The Bender JCC of Greater Washington creates a welcoming and inclusive environment, connecting the people of the Jewish community with each other, Israel, and the broader community. Michael, thanks for joining us and ready to talk to you about the JCC.
Thanks so much, Kim. Glad to be here.
Good. So let's get started. One of the things that I always see in your materials on your website, there's kind of a tagline that says, find your place at Bender JCC. And I know I've referred other people in the community that are looking for services, programs, fun things to do. And anybody that can't find their place, I guess, just isn't looking, because you have a massive operation that serves the entire community as a center. You're doing life, you're doing culture, you're doing programs. Talk to us about a little bit about all of the variety of things that the JCC is in the community.
Sure, I'd be happy to. We do serve the widest range of the population. We actually like to say we serve from babies to bubbies, right? From newborns to the most senior of seniors. We recently had an artist who was over 100 years old participate in our senior arts program. Oh, wow. So when we talk about our place, we think of ourselves as a place for families through our parenting center, grandparenting center, preschool, day camp, after school, and enrichment programs. And then we also think of ourselves as a place for illumination with a whole range of arts programs, from concerts to cinema to literary programs. We have a program called Bagels in Business, which is a networking program that also includes interviews with local business leaders, and a program called She Says, which is a program that addresses contemporary issues that women are facing.
So you can do all of these things. Is everything a formal program, or are there some opportunities for, because I think there's a lot of opportunity for people to just come together and get to know each other and spend time together?
Absolutely. In our fitness center and at our pools, people can just come and hang out. I say that while we're a community center, we're actually a community of communities, and different people connect through different ways of participating. So you might have a preschool parent that's also in the fitness center that's connecting with a senior. It's the network and the web is just unbelievable in terms of the connections that get made here, and the mix of people in our lobby coming and going and stopping and schmoozing or getting a coffee at the cafe provides lots of informal opportunities.
I've spent some time in your lobby, so it's like Grand Central Station, people coming and going.
Exactly. It's the environment that we love to have. And then sometimes there's a group that parks themselves and they're playing mahjong or canasta sitting in the lobby for hours and hours. So there's so much informal opportunities to connect and get together. And then there's some self-starting groups. We have a men's club. We have a women's discussion group. We have book clubs. We just provide a space for people for so many things without it being our program.
Right. So people in the community that are coming together because they don't have a place in their apartment community to all meet could come and actually meet there and have one of their meetings, or a PTA group could come and meet in your space, just because they happen to be in the community.
Yeah, we make our spaces, we're 120,000 square feet. We make our rooms and spaces available for all sorts of other nonprofit groups, many times sort of free or very low cost.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we try and be the hub of the community, and we really view ourselves as a neighborhood.
So one of the things that we've talked about before is that you have what's called inclusive camps. So tell us what inclusive camps are, and because that's very important in the community. We have a number of services that are similar, but this is very unique.
Yeah, I think we're actually the only fully inclusive day camp around, and we serve kids from 5 years old to 21 years old in this camp. And it's kids with a wide range of disabilities. They could be on the autism spectrum. They might have Down syndrome. They might have some congenital syndrome. Some kids are on feeding tubes. Other kids have mobility issues. And what we try and do is accommodate all of those needs by providing one-on-one counselors to help each of those kids participate with their more typical developing peers. And in this camp, what makes this camp so amazing is that we don't charge any more to the families of the kids with disabilities. And that's what we do a lot of fundraising for, to pay for this program.
And that's very different, because like I said, there are other programs in the community and other organizations, but they do have to charge on a different scale. So, having this inclusivity, I think, is very important. So, so that is your inclusive camp program. There's a lot more that you have to offer that we want to talk about. And this whole idea of the babies to bubbies, is that going to be your official new tagline?
Something we've been using for a long time to describe, who we actually serve.
Right. No, I get it. I think it's great. Anyway, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to find out a little bit more about how the Bender JCC provides programs that connect people in the community year-round. Stay tuned. You're watching Studio 501c3 on Montgomery Community Media.
Welcome to my block party. Glad you can make it.
The only triple doubles you get come with fries.
Last time you blocked someone, you were online.
I can do this all day. Your moves are just gay.
Using gay to mean dumb or stupid, not cool.
Not cool.
Not in my house, not anywhere. It's not creative, it's offensive to gay people. And you're better than that.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Welcome back to Studio 501c3. I'm Kim Jones. With me is Michael Feinstein, CEO of the Bender JCC. So, Michael, we were talking about the programs before the break. There's also something that you mentioned at the very beginning of the show about the grandparent program, grandparent center.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I think one of the aspects of modern life is grandparents are much more involved with grandchildren than maybe they used to be. And it could be learning, if your kids don't live here, learning how to grandparent from afar. Mm-hmm. And we have so many two-earner families that many times the grandparents become a primary caregiver for their grandkids. Mm-hmm. And so we have programs here where grandparents can come with their grandkids. We have programs where grandparents can be with each other and learn about grandparenting. So there's lots of opportunities for grandparents to really just be more involved with their grandchildren.
Right. That's great. That's great because, yeah, it's becoming more and more. I remember when our son, who's now college age, was younger, and we had no family in the area. So we had to fly the grandparents in whenever both my husband and I had to travel at the same time or something. So that's very important. So I want to talk a little bit about this broader idea of inclusion, because if you look all through the website and viewers, can go and see the range of services and programs and facilities that you have available. As you said, I think you have 2 pools. One is open year round because it's heated, but you say you open your doors to everyone, including people of all backgrounds. So what aren't we seeing? What isn't there in terms of inclusivity that you want to see more of?
Well, it's interesting because being a Jewish community center, we often get this question from people who aren't Jewish about whether they're allowed to come here. And frankly, I have lots of Jewish friends who go to the Y, and nobody ever asks whether you can go to the Y. And the fact is that we are inclusive, all races, religions, sexual orientations, interfaith families and couples. Our goal is to reflect the broader community through our JCC. And while, yes, the majority of participants are Jewish, it's a great opportunity to connect the Jewish community not only with each other, but to connect the Jewish community and the broader community together. And that really strengthens all communities.
Exactly. Yeah. Good. So with the remaining minute that we have, talk to me a little bit about your vision, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. What else would you like to see the center doing in the community? Because you do so much now, and you've really built this very strong program or series of programs. What's the vision for the future?
So I think it's twofold. One is to be able to serve more of the community outside of our building. And so we actually instituted a Wandering J. It's a van that we can take programs out into the community. And during this COVID period, we have been using that to deliver food and from food banks to distribution centers. And then the other area that we want to do is just engage more people more deeply and help people find what it makes life more meaningful to them, help people live a fuller, healthier, more well-balanced life.
Right. All right. Well, that makes sense. And however our viewers would like to help with that, I know you take donations. You can, viewers can go to the website, see how they could volunteer and do more, get engaged, pick up a program, pick up a service, or wander with the Wandering J, and do more outside of the building. Michael, thanks so much for sharing with us today. To find out more about how you or someone that you know can access these hundreds of community programs at the Bender Jewish Community Center, visit their website at Bender JCCGW for Bender JCC Greater Washington.org. And then join us again next time on Studio 501c3, your window on nonprofits in Montgomery County. I'm Kim Jones, Executive Director of Nonprofit Village. Thank you, Michael. This episode of Studio 501c3 was sponsored by MBA Growth Partners.